How the time changes. Just a few months ago, Pakistan cricket had ended their T20 International World Cup campaign with what the fans thought was the lowest Pakistan cricket could ever get to until they lost the home test series against Bangladesh. Not that it would ever be surprising given the recent track record of cricket in Pakistan. And as I said in one of my videos before, it is not easy being a Pakistani cricket fan amongst the buzz around the cricket board, surgical changes, uncertainty in captaincy, dropping players, coaches going in and out, tweets galore, shadow corporations, and so on and so forth. However, in the midst of all this noise, came a stellar comeback by Pakistan when they won the Test series 2-1 against England at home. And now all eyes were on Pakistan tour of Australia, and that too under a new leadership of Mohammad Rizwan. A fresh start was needed, some with their spirits high from the recent win, some eager to return playing for the nation and wanting to prove a point or two, but all of them carrying the fragile ego of Pakistan cricket fans with them. Some had written them off even before they got to Australia, and for the right reasons. But this is Pakistan cricket, and you never know. The first ODI of the series was won by the hosts. Not only was it a close enough game that could have gone either way if it wasn't for Pat Cummins' brilliant performance, but it gave a sneak peek of the team under Rizwan's captaincy as far as Pakistan's white ball campaign is concerned. Although it's too early to call anything given the track record of captaincies in Pakistan, but Rizwan is certainly a sharp one who looked to use his resources according to the conditions. He didn't think to bring spinners or set orthodox field positions and was a breath of fresh air after a long time. I like that he rotated and tested his pacers, especially because their speed, line, and length control had been under scrutiny for quite some time. His captaincy won praises as the series went along from cricket pundits. What stood out for me was that the team under him looked professional. There were no outlandish celebrations. There was a sense of duty to try and win the match while being in foreign conditions, which was appreciated despite the loss in the first ODI. The second match was crucial for both teams. While the hosts wanted to seal the series with the win to move their focus to the Border-Gavaskar Trophy, releasing core players, Pakistan saw an opportunity and the unthinkable was achieved. Haris Rauf, the run machine, proved he isn't going to leak easy runs and bowled brilliantly while using the conditions to his advantage to get a fifer while being economical. Even though Naseem was unlucky to have had a number of catches dropped, he was rewarded for his patience in the final match of the series. In fact, all the Pakistani bowlers were seen bowling well in the series. Good bowling changes were made by Rizwan to have Saim bowl a few quick overs in between. Perhaps the captain could have given another over to Haris to let him have a go at the last batter to finish things off even earlier. Australia looked ill-prepared and confused with no real plan to play out the entire 50 overs. When it came to Pakistan batting, the openers finally delivered and delivered big. No-look sensation Saim Ayub was absolutely remarkable, and those sixes on Stark and Cummins bowling were well worth watching at wee hours of the night. Abdullah Shafiq played at second fiddle to Saim's onslaught to perfection. His textbook technique, along with decent strength to clear the ropes, was a treat to watch. The way the two were talking to each other and complimenting without outshining each other was commendable. I thought they could have sent Kamran Ghulam or Irfan up the order instead of Babar after the win was almost as certain by Saim and Abdullah's blitz. With the series tied and Australia lacking some key players, Pakistan came strong, won the toss, elected to field, and bamboozled the opposition with ferocious bowling, and then wrapped up the match, chasing 140 in 27-odd overs in the third ODI. Pakistan last won a series against Australia in Australia 22 years ago when their coach Jason Gillespie and commentator Wasim Akram used to bowl. Rizwan stuck to his words and demonstrated his abilities via his smart, tactical, quick thinking, good rotation of bowlers, aggressive field placements, and constant chatter with his teammates, bringing the team together. The pick of the bowlers was Haris Rauf again with a Man of the Series award. Shaheen bowled some beautiful deliveries, taking out Hardy early on, and then Sean Abbott and Lance Morris to wrap up the Australian batting. Inglis was set up nicely by Wasim with outswingers followed by a short ball, and Hasnan took the key wicket of Stoinis, who if he had stayed longer on the crease could have done damage. Pakistani openers proved that they weren't a one-hit wonder and carried on from where they left off in the second ODI. Then the duo Babar and Rizwan batted well to seal the series. I understand Australia are looking ahead to the Border-Gavaskar Trophy, but it was mind-boggling that they chose the third ODI match, and that too, the series decider, to rest their players, when the Champions Trophy is around the corner. If anything, they could have rested their players for the T20 international portion of the series. Nonetheless, Lance Morris looked like a great attacking bowler, taking key wickets of both Pakistani openers in the same over. He has a lovely easy bowling action. In fact, seeing Lance Morris bowling to Babar and then Babar hitting absolutely majestic seamless straight drives were just oh so pleasing to the eye. Perfect reel material for sure. It seems like Australia is looking for some new faces and changes were made throughout the series, or was it a sign of brain fog around setting priorities, which showed in the eagerness to announce their playing 11 for the first game of the Border-Gavaskar Trophy, which is still a few days away. When it comes to Australian cricket, at the end of the day, they are one of the most successful teams across all formats. Both teams had loopholes. Pakistan under Rizwan was able to exploit better with swift, timely, and effective changes despite some fumbles in the field. And Australia, lacking in a bowling attack in the third ODI, made it a bit easier for the opposition. Nonetheless, at the moment, Pakistan fans should cherish this victory, defeating the world champions in their own backyard, as it only took 22 years to do so. I'll see you in my next video. Take care.